All right, welcome back everyone to That Engineering Girl. I know it's been a hot minute. I need to take a step back because of some health stuff. So for those of you who have been following me for a while, I've been dealing with some eczema, which is an autoimmune condition. So I really just need to take a step back and just refocus and reevaluate things. So I took some time to do that, but I really wanted to come on here and talk about 2021 because it was an eventful year. So a lot of things actually happened in 2021 that taught me a lot. But there are three main lessons that I learned in 2021, like big lessons that I really want to take with me into, the next years of my life, because I really do see their potential in serving me and serving the way I like to structure my life and my goals. So without further ado, here are the three goals. So without further ado, here are the three lessons that I learned in 2021 that I will be taking with me to 2022. And as a side note, ironically speaking, like every 4 months of 2021, I learned one of these big lessons. So the first 4 months I learned one, and the next 4 months I learned one, and then the next 4 months I learned one. So I'll actually be following this structure of like in the first 4 months I learned this, and then these 4 months I learned this. So I'll be doing that. So now let's get into the first lesson. All right, so in the first 4 months of 2021, I was in university finishing up the second semester of my third year. So in these 4 months, I learned the lesson that your life does not start and end with grades. Now, this is a lesson that I believe every young adult needs to learn at some point in their life. Like everybody goes through this rite of passage. It's literally a rite of passage where you go from, oh my God, I got a bad grade, my life is ending, I'm a failure, I'm gonna atone for nothing, like I'm gonna grow up to be nothing, my life is nothing, my life is worth nothing, to, okay, we made a mistake, or we didn't do as well as we wanted to, what went wrong, what did we learn? Cool, let's take that on, let's take that with us and move on, right? So there's a very different energy and mindset associated with these two different responses to getting a bad grade. And that's really the rite of passage that I'm talking about, because now if you've been watching me for a while, I made a video talking about getting my first F in engineering, and that was actually during this semester, and that's what really triggered this lesson, I would say. So go check out that video if you'd like to. I think it's fine, and I am cooking during that video as well, so you kind of get two birds with one stone. Anywho, getting that first F, I can remember my first response to it. When I got that F and I saw that F, I was like I swear my heart stopped. I'm not even joking. I felt like my heart stopped and my life was ending. I was like, oh my God, I got an F. What do I do now? Like, my life is done. What do I do now? But as I absorbed that F and I absorbed that situation and I kind of talked through, okay, what are my options? How does this impact this? How does that impact this? I started to switch from that mindset of, oh my God, my life is over, to, okay, I got an F, it sucks, but what went wrong? What did I learn? What can I take forward with me? So that mindset shift really, really helped in me being able to actually learn from that experience and take those lessons forward. So, and not only that, but it really served me in the sense that you really start to understand that life is made up of a lot of things that are not graded. So, a lot of parts of life don't give you a rubric and say that, hey, you're gonna get this marked out of 4 and this marked out of 5 and the total is gonna be out of, 25. A lot of life does not go that way. And so when you get yourself out of this mindset of, my life is worth grades and I'm marked on everything and marks are everything, it allows you to mature a lot, in my opinion. And so that was a really big lesson that I learned, that my life does not start and end with grades. All right, let's move on to the next 4 months. So the next 4 months I was on internship, and of course there's other things going on in my life right now, but that was the one consistent event going on during these 4 months. So during these 4 months, so what was it, May to August, the important lesson that I learned is it is okay to give up. Now, I'm one of those people that I will just go at something. Like, I will just hammer on something forever, regardless of whether, you know, I'm seeing a return on my efforts, regardless of if I'm seeing, you know, that, oh, my efforts are being, there's some sort of success, there's some sort of potential there. I don't care. Like, I'll just go at something regardless of if it's a lost cause or not. Now, a lot of people are like that, and there's some benefit to that quality, like the perseverance and determination aspect, but a really big downfall to this habit is that you waste a lot of time and energy going at things that are lost causes and are no longer serving. They're no longer fun. They're no longer bringing in, you know, opportunity to your life. They're no longer teaching you. You're no longer growing as a person. So being able to identify when something is not turning out the way you imagined it, or it's not the way you want it to be, and you really don't see the potential of it turning into what you wanted it to be, like understanding when you've put in the effort needed to understand if it's worthy or not, and it's turned out to be unworthy, and you're like, this is not worth my effort. Know that, and know that at that moment you can say, okay, I'm done, like, I'm out. It's okay to say that. It's okay to give up. I think in our society, a lot of the times children and young adults are, you know, butchered with the idea of never give up. Like, don't ever give up. Keep going at something. It'll eventually work. And you know what? It probably will eventually work, but is it serving you? Are you having fun? Is it giving you what you wanted? If it's not, you can say, I'm out. Like, it's as simple as that. It's okay to give up when something is not going the way you want it to, and your efforts are being wasted, and you're not learning or growing or doing any of what you wanted. So it's okay. It's okay to say no. And that's a really, really big lesson that I learned that will really, really, really serve me in the rest of my life, because it's really, really important to know when to say, I'm out. Okay, so in the last 4 months of 2021, that's when all of this health stuff started. So I'm still in internship. You know, I didn't go back to university during these last 4 months, but I did have to deal with all of these health issues, so mainly my eczema, so the autoimmune condition. So during these last 4 months, I've had times that are really, really high where I'm like, I'm feeling great, you know, this is getting way better. I'm almost at the finish line, to, oh my God, there's no light at the end of the tunnel, to really low lows. And so these highs and lows, going back and forth between them, really taught me this lesson, which is good times will pass and bad times will pass. And that is a really, really important lesson to learn, because not only is it comforting, but also when you're in your good times, you don't let it consume you and let you become ignorant, neglectful, and egotistical. And then when you move on to the bad times, the same way, you don't let it consume you, and you know that there is light at the end of the tunnel whenever it comes. And so this lesson really serves you when you're either feeling really, really good or feeling really, really terrible, because I've been in both scenarios with my health where, you know, I'm moving, doing things, to I'm sitting in bed all day and thinking, what's the point? Like, what is the point? So this idea really comforted me and allowed me to really move on with my life, or continue to have hope that this will get better and I will find a solution, because, you know, the battle's not done yet. The battle is still waging. It's still going on, and, you know, who knows how it's gonna end. But I know that the good times will pass and the bad times will pass, and so we'll make it through. Alright, so those are the 3 main lessons that I learned in 2021 that I will be taking with me into 2022. I hope that you learned something from this video, as always, and I will see you in 2022. Until next time.